fire crews heading on to the top of one of the warehouse buildings, perhaps the building that was hit by this aircraft, the Piper twin-engine aircraft, a PA-31, the official designation, 3 people on board, according to officials, as fire crews look at the aircraft. Now, there were initial reports that the plane may have clipped the building, then come into the parking lot. The UK Stone building is the initial report we have, and you see firefighters up there checking for integrity of the building and any other potential hot spots there. As you look on at the crash scene off Fort Lauderdale's Executive Airport, this crash site, all of this occurring at about 4:20 today.
Our aviation expert David Bjellos is joining us by telephone right now. And David, I know you've been briefed on the scene in the last half hour as well. We were getting reports from eyewitnesses on the ground. They indicated they heard a large popping sound coming from the engine right before this aircraft went down. What does that say to you?
You know, it's an excellent question, and it's very difficult to try to analyze that without knowing what type of popping sound it was. But if the engine was backfiring, that could certainly be one option. But I've also heard through various sources on the online media that this was possibly a Piper Cheyenne, which is a turbine version, in which case it wouldn't backfire. So regrettably, we're going to have to wait another few hours to find out exactly what type aircraft this is.
David, we were told, in fact, that it is a PA-31 Cheyenne version. Tell us a little more about the aircraft. I understand it came into service back in the late 60s. It's been one of the most popular aircraft, the Pipers, in the general aviation fleet.
Yes, it is, Michael, and the Cheyenne is a turbine-powered version of the PA-31 Navajo, and it's got more powerful engines. It would certainly, with one of the engines failed, it would be able to fly better on one engine than its Navajo counterpart or predecessor. So the Cheyenne was a fine aircraft, and regrettably, this accident is going to raise questions again about the safety of living around small airports, Palm Beach included, and should small aircraft fly in and out of here? And I would comment on that when the time comes by saying that we have hundreds and hundreds of departures every single day down here without accident or fatality, and this very well could have been an anomaly. If it was a mechanical malfunction, then certainly something that is very, very difficult to foresee. And as you know, the aviation industry is highly regulated, so it's really too early to tell, but it's just going to muddy the waters again as to the safety of aircraft in and around populated areas.
Dave Bjellos, our News Channel 5 aviation expert. Talk about National Transportation Safety Board investigators coming onto the scene here. You look at it right off Executive Airport. You joining us at home. This crash 4:20 this afternoon. Official reports 3 dead aboard the aircraft, no injuries on the ground. How do they do the forensics and begin to try to piece this together to try and pull from this awful wreckage exactly what happened and why?
You're going to find, regrettably, these are some of the finest people in the aviation business, and they don't fly. They have a forensics lab up in Washington near the Dulles Airport that will analyze every single scrap of metal from this accident, and they'll drill right down to the root cause. Inspector Kennedy is the lead inspector on site here in South Florida. He'll be out there, I'm sure, one of his designees, and they will put together something in the next couple of days. They'll cordon off the area, Michael. They'll make sure that no one is able to approach the wreckage or what's left of it. They'll take pictures, they'll take samples, analysis, and then they'll move the entire debris field in the next 2 or 3 days once they get all of their preliminary data. It's as complex as any type of open heart surgery you've ever seen when these men get on a site.
David, I know